Hello. Mia here from the Meaningful Marketer podcast and Make New Marketing. I'm going to be teaching you today how to use popular sounds on Instagram and TikTok if you have a business account. Because if you know, it's a little tricky. We get this question a lot. It took us time to figure out how to do this. And we have a very easy way that you can do that and get access to all the sounds you want, no matter the account type that you have. We also have a couple extra little tips on how to find popular sounds that you might have come across and you're looking for. Maybe you've used one on Instagram and you're wanting to use it on TikTok, but you don't know where to find it. So we have a little extra tip that's going to save you from just scrolling and hoping that the trending sound comes up. So let's dive right in. But remember, if you haven't yet, to subscribe because we release meaningful marketing chats every single week to help you and your business connect more with yourself and connect more with others so you can have a thriving community and a thriving business and purpose in what you are doing. And periodically we release helpful tutorials like this to give you little tips and show you how they're all done. So let's dive right in. Okay, so first we are going to be starting with Instagram and how you can check if you have a business account with Instagram. If you're not sure if you have one, is go to these three lines up here, and then you are going to find here, it's going to say business tools and controls, but if you're still not sure, maybe it doesn't say that, you can click that and then go switch account type, and you should see these two options. If you don't, and one of those options is business, then you're probably not a business account. So that's just a little tip there to check. And we do recommend if you have a business, you probably should have a business account or at least a creator account, because you're not going to have all the features that you might want to have. You're not going to be able to see all the analytics you might want to see if you don't have one of those account types. So now, how do you get popular sounds whenever you have a business account? So you can see right here, there's a category that says artist. Okay. So we're going to go to edit profile. And we're going to go down to category. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in entrepreneur. And there's other categories that this works for too, but entrepreneur is a pretty neutral, good one that you can just put on there, and we know it works for that at this time. So choose entrepreneur. I also usually choose to not display it on profile. It just takes up room. People are going to know who you are, what you do through your bio, through your name. I don't show that on there, and I don't know many people who have a really good optimized profile who do. So you're going to turn that off and you're going to hit done. Once you go back, you will see that is now hidden, and you should be able to access all popular sounds now, both original sounds and regular music. So just as normal, whenever you find a sound you like in the Reels tab, or you want to look a sound up, just you've got your reel in and you want to use one of Taylor Swift's new songs. You just type it in there and you should be able to add it like normal with no problems. Okay, so now for TikTok, we are just going to go to the search bar in TikTok, in your TikTok account. And TikTok is a little different than Instagram. If you know any hacks with TikTok or Instagram for popular sounds, let us know below, because we're always learning new ones and would love to hear if you came across a special hack that works for this too. But what I personally do and has worked, I'd say it works 95% of the time. Sometimes I can't find the song I want, but most of the time it does, is once I know the song that I want, say it's a Taylor Swift song that there's a trend going around for, or it's a song that I come across on Instagram and it's popular and I want to access it on TikTok as well, I am going to go into TikTok and I'm going to type in the name of the song. If it's an original audio that you don't really have, like you can't type in the name to the song, I have a trick for you there to try as well. But first we're going to look at this. So if it's just a song, you know the name of it, we're going to type it in and then we can click the song. So from there, we're going to go to sounds. And you'll see here when I click the top sound, which is going to be the one by the artist, it is going to say it isn't licensed for commercial use, right? You're not going to have the little button down here that says use sound. Sometimes it'll still have the button there and then it'll tell you it's not available, but that one's not available. So what we're going to look for is we're going to look for all of these that say contains music from. And so what that is going to tell me is that is an original audio. So that is an audio that TikTok is going to allow me to use as a business account. So you from there will just click use sound and it should allow you to use it as normal. Now I will say that it's a weird remix of it or something, so you might want to listen to it to make sure that it's the sound you're looking for. It's not always the full song. Usually it's going to have some of the most popular parts of the song in it. Sometimes it is the full song, but not all the time. So I would say go through and listen to the ones you can see here. There's a lot of different ones that say contains music from. So that's, some of those are going to start at the chorus. Some of those are going to not have the chorus, but maybe have a verse. And so go through and find the one that fits what you're wanting most and use that one. Now, before we move to show you a little tip on Instagram on how to look for sounds this way too, because I find that this is very helpful when you're trying to use popular sounds. If you are trying to find an original audio, say you see it on Instagram and now you want to use it on TikTok, and you're like, how do I find it on TikTok? You are going to look who posted that original audio. So for instance, Altego Music, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, they do a lot of remixes that I like to use. Their stuff's pretty popular. So I'm going to go in here now and I'm going to go type in their name. I'm going to go to their profile. And so what I would do then is I would look for a reel that has the sound I'm looking for, the original audio. So if you're trying to find an original audio that maybe you came across somewhere on Instagram or somewhere and you're just trying to go find it, you're actually going to type in and search for who did the original sound, and then you're going to be able to go find the sound from there. It's a little bit more searching, but most of the time I'm able to find it that way. And majority of the time, if it's a sound that got really big, it's going to be on both TikTok and Instagram, and you'll be able to find it on that person's original profile. Every now and then you might not be able to, and you might still be able to search certain keywords for it, but if that doesn't work, that's just an extra little tip. Okay, so now back to Instagram, just again, building on this little extra tidbit for you. If you are wanting to find a song on Instagram that maybe you saw on TikTok or somewhere else, you're going to type in, again, the song you want. We're going to go back to The Fate of Ophelia. That's going to come up and you're going to go to audio, and then you're going to be able to see these. Now, this is a little different than TikTok. As you can see, you don't have that whole contains music from. Instagram's not as easy to do search by song, I feel like, as TikTok is, but you can still see it brings some stuff up. And in Instagram, you can actually use the original audio with your account set up as Entrepreneur. You don't have to find like original audio. You can actually use the audio from the source is what I mean. So it's not as picky, but if you do need to find something, there you go. And the same with Instagram as TikTok. So say I wanted to find something from Altego Music. I saw it on TikTok. I loved the remix. You would just go here and then you would find the reel that has it, and then you would be able to find the original audio. Sometimes you can search it by keyword and the original audio will come up. The other tip I have is sometimes if you type in, now with their AI in Instagram, sometimes if you type in the original audio, what it says, the name of it, sometimes you'll get lucky enough to find a reel that has it, or the audio will still come up. But that is how you use popular sounds, how you can use popular sounds on a business account for both Instagram and TikTok, and a couple little extra tips on how you can actually find those popular sounds other than just scrolling forever and hoping that they pop up. So hopefully that's helpful. Let us know if you have any questions, and we're over here cheering you on.